Good morning, everyone. I am Leticia Klausner.
And I'm Leonardo Vieira.
In the name of the United States Spiritist Federation and all the collaborating Spiritist organizations, we welcome all of you to the 12th U.S. Spiritist Symposium.
As many of you know, this is our national event, which takes place in different cities and states every year. We're thrilled to host the 12th Symposium in the heart of the United States, our capital, Washington, D.C. This 12th Symposium is the first Spiritist event at a national level in our capital. It is a special moment for all of us to join in prayers and good vibrations towards the harmony and peace of this country and spreading it to the world.
So many questions pursue us in everyday situations. We wonder the reasons why things happen in a certain way in our lives. We have so many questions regarding family, our society, sexuality, the planetary transition, and so many others. How can Spiritism help us understand all these issues? Is it possible to have Spiritism be part of our daily lives in a practical way? How can we relate all the Spiritist teachings to understand the divine justice? We will have the opportunity to explore this theme throughout the day. Let's learn how we can face life with hope, faith, and take these issues as opportunities for our spiritual growth.
The Spiritist Symposium is the single most relevant national Spiritist event where the majority of Spiritist Center and affiliated members of the United States Spiritist Federation join forces to work together and share experiences. This year, 34 Spiritist organizations across the U.S. have sponsored this event, and many others are represented here today. We would like to thank the organizing members of the United States Spiritist Federation for promoting this event, as well as all the local volunteers from the Spiritist societies of Maryland, Virginia, and Washington, D.C., and from many different cities and states across the U.S.
We would also like to give our special welcome to those who came a long way to share this day with us, from many different states and from other countries. Thank you also to those who are watching our symposium through our live broadcast via United States Spiritist Federation Facebook page and Spiritist Network YouTube channel, and listening to it via Kardec Radio and Spiritist Radio of Atlanta. Please make sure to silence your cell phones. At this time, I will invite Paula Schmidt, member of the Spiritist Society of Baltimore, to say the initial prayer, so we can start our day connected with the higher spirits.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Please close your eyes if you wish and settle into the deep peace of the unconditional love in your heart, and imagine this love intensifying and filling this room, increasing the beneficent psychosphere that we are now.
Before we start our day of learning, let's take care of some practical yet important reminders. Today is a day for everyone, not only adults, but also children and youth. If you haven't registered your children, filling out all the paperwork, medical release forms, and all the required documentation, please take a moment now to take care of it. It's very important, and the kids will be attended at the kids' room upstairs. All this paperwork is really important to be completed. Don't hesitate and ask a volunteer outside where to fill them out and take your children as well.
All the local groups that work together with the United States Spiritist Federation to make this event possible have their representatives here today. If you would like more information about the Spiritist centers, please ask at the registration desk, or you can speak with one of our local volunteers. All these Spiritist centers spread the Spiritist teachings through different events such as talks, seminars, local and out-of-town speakers, radio, and social media. We welcome all of you to check where they are located and the work and services that they provide at a local level.
Throughout the day, you will have the opportunity to connect with them, make new friends, browse through the bookstores, and buy great Spiritist books, and learn more about Spiritism. But most importantly, today we are offering one of the core services of our Spiritist Center, the fraternal assistance. If you feel the need for a private fraternal conversation, make sure to talk to one of the volunteers at a welcome station. You can schedule this conversation here today at the symposium. It is a first-come, first-served service.
And also remind to prepare for questions. There will be one overall Q&A session right after lunch. Make sure to write your questions and to which speaker the question is addressed to. You have a notepad and a pen in your tote bag. You might have questions as well for the workshop that's going to be later on sexuality. You can deliver your questions to a volunteer or at the registration desk. And now we invite you to watch the video, Empowering Opportunities for Spiritual Growth, to introduce the theme of today.
For a balanced and happy life, we need answers to the multitude of unanswered questions. But where do we look to find these answers? Many questions are asked every day in our society, such as why this or that has happened. Are we going backwards? Is the world coming to an end? And where is God in all of this? We see these questions on the news, within our families, within our community circle, and across this vast globe. Christ once said, "Blessed are the afflicted, for they shall be comforted." But how can we bless suffering if we do not know why we suffer and for what purpose? We learn in the Gospel according to Spiritism that the current causes of afflictions are not in the present life. One must assume their causes are to be found in prior lives. If one believes in God, one cannot conceive God apart from infinite perfection. Therefore, God is just. Published on April 18, 1857, by Professor Allan Kardec, the Spirit's book brings 1,019 question and answers to enlighten our lives. Organized in a systematic way, Professor Allan Kardec asked the noble spirits some of the most important questions humanity has ever inquired about since the beginning of time. But how can Spiritism help us on this journey? The Spirit of Truth once said, "O Spiritists, love one another." This is the first teaching. Educate yourselves. This is the second. Knowledge can bring us the answers to these perennial questions. It will lead us to understand that we are not on earth to suffer, but to progress. But we must remember that love is the basis of all things, the only sentiment that can cover a multitude of errors. Therefore, it is pivotal to gather together in fraternal union. We must learn to help one another when facing hard times, and we will find the necessary strength to overcome even the harshest challenges. Jesus once said,
"Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and that ye shall find rest unto your souls. For my yoke is easy, and my burden is light.
Life offers us opportunities to renew ourselves, to begin again each day, to dedicate or rededicate ourselves for the greater good, but also to embark on an inner journey of self-realization, self-love, and self-improvement. When we give life a deeper meaning, we can extract lessons from the simplest to the most challenging moments in our lives. We then can begin to let go of mundane ideas, acts, and embrace the universality of love, brotherhood, and peace within us all. No longer burdened by the heavy chains of our own imperfections, we can discover new heights within our own selves, thus creating a better world to live in. And as shared by the noble spirits in Question and Answer 964 of the Spirit's Book, all our actions are subjected to the laws of God. Thus, we are the artisans of our own future happiness or unhappiness. Welcome to the 12th U.S. Spiritist Symposium, enlightened answers to our daily questions.